That shuttle is coming around towards the north of LZ Gamer's base, and the question is will he be effective with this drop here? Kind of slowly coming from the north. Two cannons just warping in right now. They're going to catch the shuttle. Oh, and the shuttle's stopping just short within range of those cannons, unfortunately. And the cannons now coming online. The shuttle just managing to sneak by, probably going to get taken out. The High Templar dropped, but did not manage to get a storm off. Second Templar dropped, going to manage to get about 6 probes, and Zealots now trying to run after it here. And now that shuttle has been taken out. I think there were still 2 Zealots in there, and now a lot of High Templar are actually being produced on the opposite side. LZ Gamer now actually has a counter drop coming in. He's got his shuttle out. I'm going to assume he also has High Templar in there. Maybe some Dark Templar, actually. No, Dark Templar being dropped here. And there's a lot of room here that doesn't have cannon protection. One cannon going up to protect there, but that Dark Templar still has a lot of running room. I still don't see an observer on the opposite side. Psystorm going off over the gateway to try to take this Dark Templar out, but now LZ Gamer just trying to do what he can where the air, now an observer has been produced, so that Dark Templar not going to last that much longer. But able to do a little bit of harassment there, a little bit of shield damage, but not accomplishing much either. But it looks like LZ Gamer did get his shuttle out, which is going to be the big difference between those two attacks. Level 1 weapons, I'm going to assume level 1 weapons has been upgraded. I'm going to assume level 2 weapons is on the way for LZ Gamer. Actually, it looks like he's getting the Dragoon range upgraded at this moment, or maybe even, I'm going to assume not level 1 air here, because you don't see that very often, Protoss versus Protoss, mostly because of Psystorm. Observer out front, and yeah, again, both players shelling up, and now Louder actually making a pretty aggressive move. He's going to expand to the upper left-hand corner while all this is happening. Another shuttle pushing in for LZ Gamer, I assume this time full of High Templar, and if he pushes now, he can do it, but again, 2 cannons are being morphed along the natural secondary. It looks like he does have shuttle speed, though, to hop. And if he gets the drop right now, but Zealot's coming down alongside, there is going to be a Dragoon. There is the drop. The drop did manage to get off. It's going to be able to catch. Looks like about 4 or 5 probes. Another drop going down, destroying himself, and it looks like he managed to get another about 5 probes alongside. That shuttle is highly damaged. Another drop, actually. Another High Templar managing to sneak out, and it's going to be able to kill all sorts of probes here. Let me get a true kill count. Getting 12 kills at the main, 13 kills at the main. Beautiful drops from LZ Gamer. Unfortunately, now just Templar hanging out with each other. Zealot's finally coming around to take care of it. So LZ Gamer getting some nice drops off there, doing a lot of damage at the natural and the main of Louder's base. Going to even up things a little bit, but Louder now taking an additional expansion in that upper left-hand corner. And now LZ Gamer actually has a shuttle headed towards that direction. We'll see if it comes around. A pylon, cannon blockade, though, has been set up, though, at the upper left-hand corner in the meantime to help defend that. Obviously, though, it'd be very once that gets spotted out, it will be difficult for Louder to really defend it. Now 3 o'clock position, we have LZ Gamer expanding well. That's a lot easier to hold. Looks like that shuttle's going to come across. That's just being used for spotting, I assume, in the meantime. Going to come across that 9 o'clock location to see if any Nexus has been put up there. Seeing that there's nothing, this is really going to give LZ Gamer kind of a false impression. And now, actually, Dark Templar from Louder pushing up to that 3 o'clock location. Cannon going down, but I don't think it's being canceled. Seeing that Dark Templar waver, and we'll see if this Nexus ends up getting canceled. I think there is an observer out. Yeah, 2 observers pushing up as well as a lot of troops. But that's going to, so that'll delay things a little bit, but honestly, not that much. For LZ Gamers at 3 o'clock position. Looks like Louder did manage to pull his Dark Templar out of that position. Some Probe Scout still pushing around. We'll see if it goes into that upper left-hand corner to spot it out. Now probes actually being transferred already. A little bit early there for LZ Gamer to that 3 o'clock expansion. They're kind of distance mining as a result. A lot of gateways up, so we got about 6 gateways up for LZ Gamer. He's got level 2 weapons coming along momentarily. We've got Probe Scout actually just got annihilated, it looks like, along the front door, and a ton of Zealots on the opposite end. Level 1 weapons has been upgraded by LZ Gamer. He's got an Archon up as well as about 4 High Templar, and he's got about 6 gateways as well. Hasn't really gone beyond that. He's actually got 2 Archons out. Both players just, I guess, going for a longer-term economic game. Dark Templar in the upper right-hand corner. Looks like LZ Gamer was thinking about putting down an expansion there, but the probe getting wiped out. And now we got 4 Zealots pushing the upper left-hand corner as well, as it looks like they're going to load up in this shuttle, and this is going to be really damaging if Louder has spotted out that upper left-hand corner. Probe Scout did kill that off, did spot the shuttle and the Zealots. Zealots pushing into the upper left-hand corner, and yeah, they're just going to drop over that cannon line, and they're going to have. There are 3 cannons, however, in the background, so it looks like that is fairly safe for Louder in the meantime. Another attack force actually around the upper right-hand corner for LZ Gamer. I'm kind of curious what that's going to be used for. I guess just to take out this Dark Templar finally. Yeah, finally able to take out that Dark Templar while the Zealots are pushing in to the probe line to the upper left-hand corner. It looks like the probe's coming off the line to aid in the attack, and LZ Gamer actually going to back off. And then an Observer actually killed as well for LZ Gamer in the upper left-hand corner. So both players about economically even at this point. I feel like LZ Gamer has a slight advantage simply because it looks like he has more troops out on the ground. He's also got the 3 o'clock location, which is easier to defend, and I'm kind of curious when he'll finally bring like kind of a task force to attack that front door alongside. Another shuttle pushing in for Louder in the meantime into LZ Gamer's main. It's going to see that second forge whirling, 2 forge, and we'll see if he can respond to that. And yeah, it's going to be able to. It looks like Zealots there as well as a High Templar storming all over LZ Gamer did not push it out, and he's going to end up losing a lot of probes there. Cannon is down in that line. It looks like that Templar got about I would say about 8 kills there. In the main. In the meantime, looks like LZ Gamer's finally going to push up to that upper left-hand corner pylon blockade. He's going to be able to take out the 3 cannons there and probably take out. This is the problem: is he's going to be able to take out Louder's base in the upper left-hand corner fairly easily, and I don't think Louder can transfer troops there very effectively. Louder, in the meantime, trying to get the High Templar transferring into the secondary of LZ Gamers, but it just didn't happen. And now, yeah, Louder just now realizing it, bringing all of his troops to try to save that nexus in the upper left-hand corner, trying to get some defensive cannons to deal with it, bring probes off the line to try to surround the cannons to defend them, but at the very least his economy is going to be disrupted. He's got basically all of his troops committing to this upper left-hand corner. He knows that this is going to be the pivotal point in the game. At this point, I think LZ Gamer should just focus on the Nexus. If he focuses on the Nexus here, I think he can take it out. Right now he's just attacking pylons, and now the reinforcements pouring in for Louder. Now he's starting to focus on the Nexus, just pushing up, and I think it's too late. The Dragoons, though, however, taking the brunt of the damage. Those are speed upgraded Zealots in the opposite end for Louder, and bring basically all of his troops here. Did manage to save his Nexus, but losing several cannons in the meantime. LZ Gamer now bringing out a Dark Templar. Actually, he's going to send that up in the upper left-hand corner. However, there's a lot of observers alongside this gigantic troop force. I think the game's actually, I think it's the game itself lagging a little bit here, simply because there's a lot of troops out on the ground. Usually you don't see this until maybe it's just my side. I've got a lot of programs open in the background, including GunCam. Anyway, now a lot of troops gathering up. It looks like about in the middle of the map. Louder's thinking about pushing an attack. LZ Gamer, in the meantime, is expanded to the 1 o'clock location. He's in a pretty good position. Economically, I don't now it actually looks like Louder's going to go for a gigantic brunt attack. A lot of Dragoons and Zealots out in the middle of the map for LZ Gamer, and I think LZ Gamer will be able to deal with this with some precise storms fairly easily. But yeah, Louder going to go for a pretty big blow here, and yeah, getting spotted out there by a single Dragoon. I think LZ Gamer knows that this is incoming, sending up a single Dragoon as somewhat of a scout. Now a lot of those Zealots pushing down, a little bit out of position. It looks like the Dragoons, however, at the front. Psystorm expecting some troops behind, but Psystorm emptying, and a lot of Psystorm killing an Observer as well as going on. A lot of Zealots. Wow, huge attack happening here. Psystorm everywhere. Most of the Psystorm, however, over Louder's troops. So I think LZ Gamer, however, LZ Gamer has a lot of Dragoons, just too many Dragoons. Gonna have to rely on Storm to take care of the Zealots that are bearing in. So a lot of actually his Dragoons getting taken out simply because the Zealots were able to get in proximity. Now gonna have to rely on pure reinforcements to come in and clean this up for him. But it looks like both players actually just exchanging armies here, along with a single Dark Templar that might survive this, but an Observer coming up alongside. So now, so both players actually just expending their entire army, but LZ Gamer is going to be able to defend himself just with reinforcements here. In the meantime, taking an economic lead at the 11 o'clock location as soon as at the 1 o'clock location as soon as he starts mining there. So both players back at ground zero. 2 more gateways up at the 9 o'clock location. The 3 o'clock location for LZ Gamer. He's got a lot of his gateways whirling. In the meantime, Louder is only, let's see, we get a count here. He's got 7 gateways up on his side, and I don't see any gateways up additionally. Maybe they're being put up in the upper left-hand corner. He's putting 4 additional gateways online there, but in the meantime, LZ Gamer's already had looks like 7, 8, 9. He's already got the 9 gateways up, so he's going to be able to replenish his troops fairly quickly, fairly easily, compared to Louder at this point in the game, really when Louder needed to be producing troops. Louder, in the meantime, looks like he's got 2 Templar, High Templar, 2 High Templar, Dark Templar, and a Zealot, a Dragoon pushing up, and they're going to check that 1 o'clock location. I think they're going to see those cannons being laid out. Not enough to really do any damage there at that 1 o'clock location, and honestly, I think Louder, I'm not sure that Louder can really do anything there. I feel like if he put troops to take out that 1 o'clock location, he'd end up losing his base otherwise. Now it looks like Louder going to try to expand to the natural expansion of that upper left-hand base. LZ Gamer has a lot of Zealots being produced, learning with those Dragoons out in the field, so he's got a lot of Zealots being produced. Storm at the 3 o'clock position looks like it managed to get a lot of probes there. get a kill count. Looks like he got about 12 probes, but those 2 High Templar and that Zealot now going to be taken out very quickly by the by the force bearing down on it. So now both players, just trying to regather, trying to recreate their armies. LZ Gamer already has a pretty good sized army out. Louder has about 4 Dragoons and 3 Archons. Otherwise, he's morphing a lot of Archons actually in the back of his field. His main is completely mined out. Looks like LZ Gamer's main is just now getting mined out. Louder pushing out with the Archons, with the Dragoons, and with a couple Zealots here. He's getting just now getting his 4th base online, which is going to be his 3rd producing base, obviously, at this point. I'm curious when LZ Gamer is going to try to take that upper right-hand corner, basically taking the entire right-hand half of the map. So turning into a huge economic game. LZ Gamer